I just saw a message on my videos. I just texted Adrian Canoni and I wanted to pay for my phone bill. So I'm contacting Jaden and Canoni their email or Instagram. What else? Families versus sons are right means to my money and get in the way of your same money, continue getting in the way of your same money, apparently. So I can't report them to the FBI for stealing from me for trying to rape me still. Pero tipo tan asqueroso. Ros. So, the sons are rape me and steal my money. I foresaw this happening. I'm a witness of people in my family who were doing disgusting. And I witnessed some of my primos and primas go through abuse where they maintain a relationship with their kids through letters, through Blackberries, through video calls, through payphones. It's been like a month or two since I haven't talked. He was really dating him. So it's our coins in a payphone, and call me you, but then it was all good between themselves and the kids. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money and gets in the way of your semen. He's tipo un puerco, no es una curiosidad. He's a sex addict, possibly a drug addict. I've never seen the drugs. And he steals my money so that he doesn't run out of drugs or sex. Son animales, no tienen relaciones sexuales. Lleva violando más de 30 años, un puerco asqueroso, feo. He took me hostage in my bedroom when I was a child and went on to rape people. He stole my money to date him times like 3 or 4. And then he went on, he get to date people. It's just an animal getting on top of people. So gross. What else? 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 Stupid. You can decapitate behind me, so me is the only money you can do your money. That's it. 20, 25, I don't remember. Time for food. I only have food stamps at the moment. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. Se cree que haciéndome pasar hambre yo voy a correr hacia el pene de él. Es un bruto, marito asqueroso. This leech and I have a home together. That was the worst mistake that my parents could make for me. Based on my feelings, they arranged a marriage for me with them, but they said like they're not mature enough. So don't get your hopes up. Our daughter's like very committed to him. Loyal she needs to, but she's not crying over like, but why? Why love me? This is what my parents would say. Always like, no tenemos ni una queja acerca de ella. Like, wow. What else? What else? I'm waiting for it to be like closer to 12. The library opens at 12, so I'll be hanging out there, charging my phone, charging my computer. Also eating food. Then I get HEB. I'm currently charging my phone and my laptop, and I'm all as I go east. And what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. I don't know for us, that's almost like I'll be asking. Spend most of the day there, I'll talk. To order food from Uber Eats and I don't have money. I'm no illegal prostitute like my siblings. So my siblings steal my money, they rape, they murder, and they steal their girls. So they're trying to kill me because I'm a witness of them stealing from me, and I hear through the grapevine all the time that my siblings rape people and murder. What else? When I was a child, my parents complimented me in front of my siblings that I have a lot of influence to achieve world peace, like just with breathing, literally almost. It feels like. So my siblings went on to terrorize my parents and myself that they say that they're going to just do the opposite and kill them. They did groupies. Sadly, my baby daddy is one of them. So he currently has dating Kilani with him, trying to terrorize me. So because if I became as disgusting as my siblings, then his family of origin could shine. The thing that this was just a business transaction, quite literally beautiful kids at the age of 8. I saw him at a party. I'm like, are you guys still want to have kids? You know, I had made that commitment around when I was like 3 years old. People say you're maybe sooner. And then when he was 14, he recommitted, visited me at my parents' home and said, sure, why not? Let's have kids, you and I together. He sees me as marriage material. I see him as baby daddy material. So he's trying to take me hostage by stealing my money. They don't know how to date. They're so disgusting. You can decapite Bolívar, Lorenzo Acevedo is a porn addict. You can decapitate Claudia Gabriela Martinez Urias, que se queda en mi casa sin mi permiso. Steals my money and gets in the way of my receiving money. Sorry, left behind this post. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I posted on Facebook earlier. What else? 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 Laughing at Jeannie Gentili, Soros Suarez, that steals my money to know where she stands. People that their penises have been in there. That she's stupid. Jeannie Gentili, Soros Suarez is stupid. Ew, so gross. Ew, 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 ew. So they want to know exactly at what point I won't be attracted to his dick ever. And this is why these leeches stress, because they have stalkers and leeches demanding their dicks from them. So instead of having continuity, I mean, it was my baby's daddy, I wouldn't have minded having sex with him once or twice again, like in my lifetime when I'm 60, when I'm like 75. These leeches don't want to steal money from one and terrorize the dick. And they don't get it. People have talked to them for decades. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Ew, ew, ew. People say that she may be so upset because she wanted a Catholic wedding with a girl. She wants a Catholic wedding with all my crushes. But because she steals from me and I needed a witness that she knew I was married, I asked her to be the maid of honor. Y aún así no debo de robarme mi dinero de quedarse en mi casa sin mi permiso. Es una bruta asquerosa. So some people in her family abortion laugh at her. They're like, wow, when you would think it, he's just Arlene's baby's daddy. But if you hadn't stolen from Arlene y no te hubieses metido en las casas de Arlene y robabas los vehículos de Arlene, you could have had like a really nice wedding. So she literally married Ilan Ramirez pretending that he's Edgar, had Tasha and Jordan with him, with the leeches that wanted to be polyamorous with me, but because they're sex signs and drug addicts, they can't get their life together and I have no interest in them anymore. So stupid. He's married in Italy and in Idaho, and his wife is just like, dude, like, what's the difference? Why are you so stupid at home? Like, I always hear, like, you rape one relative, like, every week, or te la metes en la casa demanding that they give you food. Because when you were a kid, they put their vaginas or their penises in you. And here you're like very much casual dating people. Ew, 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 ew. What else? So Instagram it is. If I can't pay my AT&T bill within the next day or two, it's due May 1st. And it's April 29th. A lot of people, para keep up with apariencias, illegally prostitute themselves. They're so disgusting. You can decapitate y Legendary Cindy Lorenzo que me roba mi dinero. She stays in my homes without my permission, so I can't be with my man. She's stupid, doesn't understand what marriage is, thinks that it's like cake topper, so she follows along. Or she thinks she's disgusting. Into a home that is built for him to have a relationship with someone. I don't like labels. So she thinks she's his wife. Y yo soy la otra. So ella se mudó con ellos. Ella me robó mi vehículo, so I can't get to him, so I can't date. Because she's after whoever I date, as if it's gonna be so much better than what she has. And she can do better than me. She's disgusting, stupid. Jeannie Zendali Lorenzo Suarez, Jenny Lorenzo is stupid. Ellos son los minoritos asquerosos, they're sex addicts, so cualquiera que mame el pene literalmente without gauging intelligence, they move in with. They're disturbing, so gross. They're worse than an adult daycare. People say they're disgusting. They're disgusting. I'm bored. Let me check this. Anyways, you can decapitate how many sweaters as a son. That rape me and steal my money and get another same money. I hand wash some of my clothes earlier because I don't have electricity in my apartment. It's been shut off. They use that sadly to gratify themselves sexually, as if one is a sex slave. You can decapitate caminos, they're disgusting. What else? I want Jenny Kilani with me anyways. When he and I plan to have babies, he knew that I plan to keep Jaden Kilani. What else? What else? I'm bored. You can decapitate my homies, what is already mercy money. They make sure I start on purpose for them to try to seek an opportunity to rape Jane and King. Haven't done so already. They're stupid. They don't follow progression. They don't know continuity in a relationship. They don't know what buddy is. They're so stupid, so gross. They don't know how to be a second cousin. They don't know how to be a third cousin. They're drug addicts. Well, I've heard. What else? They only behave when they think their family will be gifting them a lot, so that's why they may behave with you as a spouse. Somewhere else. What else? I'm bored. Okay. I cook for myself. And I have electricity in my apartment. Oh, they're stupid because they're sex addicts and drug addict. They still are. The only purpose is like as if it's. They've been mocking me the entire time. They're like, ni un jevo nuevo se consiguió por Facebook. We've been reading and watching every day for us. Y ni un jevo se consiguió. Thank you, Joanna, for facilitating these pictures for me, so that I can accuse your nephews of being rapists, murderers, and thieves. What else? What else? My Facebook. This is networking sadly too. That's me seeking help from the FBI, from the police in Puerto Rico, so that these people ideally give me my money back. If they refuse for such amount of time, then they'll get the death penalty or get incarcerated. I've heard. They think that because I'm poor, I look dumb, they're stupid. Eso vio toda la novela que él vio, se las cree, entonces they're very stupid. They're like, you can say I love you until the third date. What else? Porque that's a sex that just like what he's looking for is to see like the quality of the sex that I would give for him to say I love you or not. I don't fall for that shit. What else? What else? What else? What else? And then with this puzzle, what else? Sugarcane juice versus Pakistan. Sugarcane juice. My dad would bring it into his and my mother's home. He would grow it, I think, or some people would gift him. What else? 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 Él todavía todo lo que yo hago o digo is like that's because she's poor. They should him because they're poor. He literally wants my parents to carry a label with how much money they have in the bank or stash in cash for him to respect me. He's stupid. What? What else? What else? What else? You get decapitated behind me and sort of necessary is the only money you get away from your same money. From my phone. I have fast internet I will go on my phone. Then I'll download so I delete an app, get another one, delete an app, get another one. What else? What else? What else? What else? Entonces he goes on to tell people she can't be giving advice on the internet. She's poor. So they expose him before I show his pictures. And then he's like, oh, yeah, she's very smart. They're stupid. They're stupid. They're trying to steal anyone that I could date for themselves. They're stupid. I'm never taking that out on the table as a plus one. It's ridiculously handsome, but so stupid that I don't ever want it in my life. Like that is perfection. What is that medicine? Is this what's this? But everyone knows that they're a terrorist. They're like, oh, I could probably think if she doesn't succeed as an artist. Oh, they steal my money, stay in my homes without my permission, they steal my vehicles. You're stupid. They're always looking for scapegoat. They're disgusting. People call him asshole, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, based on birth order. They're disgusting. My siblings think that I'm gonna fight for that dick because they rape it. Ew, ew, they're disgusting. They're disgusting. Fuck. I- I'm like literally sitting on my bed right now. I ate a green apple earlier. A dark chocolate caramel. I ate like 3 spoonfuls of crunchy peanut butter because I thought like without burden still eat peanut butter for like the fat, the healthy fat. And probably take what else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. What else? I'm bored. I'm so bored. What else? Stitch for myself. What else? You can give me money in person through PayPal. It's air, blue sky designs gold. And it was depends on love straight to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo Art. Shop INTAYIAFAY. Entire shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Marlene-Lorenzo. I'm asking for $1 billion to my GoFundMe campaign. It's the most that I can ask. To do one GoFundMe campaign on GoFundMe.com. What else? It's no longer promising. What else? You can decapitate everyone that stays in my house without my permission. Everyone that steals my money, everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money, everyone that stays in my house without my permission steals my vehicles. You can decapitate María Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate María Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate María Teresa Vilés that went on to lose my virginity for me. But Benjamin's other sons, the sons that I love, they're just stupid. So no worth pursuing. However, that doesn't give my niece the right to stay in my home without my permission and lose my virginity from me. What else? I'm bored. You can make social pleasure. That stays in my house without my permission and virginity from me with Benjamin's other sons, the sons that I love. You're stupid. So embarrassing. Ew. They took me hostage in my bedroom in my parents' home. They're after that bedroom. They're trying to traffic me. That's why I don't just leave my apartment right now. They're trying to traffic me essentially so that I die, but also so that I don't have an apartment of my own. They want to try to get me back to my parents' home, where they think that they can enter my dad's home without his permission and just rape me and my dad. May be upset and let him get away with it, but then complains like, how dare he just enter my home and rape you? He's stupid. You can decapitate my homie sort of sons. That rape me and steal my money and get in the way of mercy money. You can decapitate Santa Lorenzo, you can decapitate Jesus, you can decapitate San Lorenzo. You can decapitate Miriam Carrero, you can decapitate my homies, all the sons. Never rape me and steal my money and get in the way of mercy. What else? Miss Jada money. Jada and Kate only been with their dad since 2016. Michael Norman raped me and Jorge Reyes raped me. Even the comedy I love, I celebrated a judge, Sarah and J.D. Gilani from Miguel Alejandro Diaz steals my money. El tipo un puerco asqueroso, una basura. So he was trying for me to kill myself by him bullying me on Facebook. I'm very much careful to never have a relationship with said people, so I don't ever talk to them. So I'm like, well, I know how to identify these two. So I never spend time with those people. I literally was just on Facebook asking people if I was attacked. You can decapitate my hands, what is it? So me and steal my money and get in the way of your same money that behind the scenes they go on to celebrate when I get attacked emotionally, hoping that I die and that they get to keep my property. They're stupid. They're stupid. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They want me to lower my self-esteem. That's impossible. They're stupid. They're stupid. They see everything like because one does the right thing. They complain and they want to norm one to be a criminal and a drug addict like them. They're stupid. You can decapitate Sonia Barros Chapman. You can decapitate Jennifer Marie Vasquez. You can decapitate Jimmy Gendalis and Suarez. You can decapitate Amadeus Gonzalez Soto. You can decapitate me on these sons that rape me and steal my money and get no mercy. I'm bored. I'm bored. Who else? Who else? Who else? You can decapitate Jairo Suarez. You can decapitate Iris Lorenzo. You can decapitate Carmen Lorenzo. You can decapitate Daisy Lorenzo. You can decapitate Pablo Lorenzo. Stay in my homes without my permission. They steal my vehicles. They steal my money. They get away with receiving money. Dejándose violar y violando a esa ridícula. Eso veo un asco. Ellos matan por pena y vagina, dan un asco, son una gente tan brutal. They disrespect family members, so stupid, they have jealousy. They think there's family competition, full. So they go on to try to kill the people that live closest to them. They're sex addicts, rapists, so gross. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Maritza Vargas, you can decapitate Maritza Munoz, you can decapitate Lori Suarez, you can decapitate Benjamin Suarez's sons that raped me, that steal my money and get no way you'll never see me. That's April 29, 2025. You can decapitate Maria Serrano. You can decapitate Rosaura Soto Rosa, you can decapitate Eric Gargano, you can decapitate them. You can decapitate James Suarez's sons that rape me and steal my money and go embarrass me. What else? What else? What else? What else? El tipo un puerco, una basura, una persona trying to rape me, trying to facilitate females raping me. He already had Jennifer Marie Vasquez rape me decades ago. Esa tipo una puerca, una asquerosidad. You can decapitate Yesenia Roman Feliciano that raped me when I was a teen with one of them too. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez's sons that rape me, that steal my money, get away with receiving money, they steal my homes, they steal my vehicles, so I can't date, they're stupid. What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Sarah Francis, you can decapitate Misty Francis, you can decapitate Vanessa Vegas, you can decapitate Claudia Gabriela Martinez Urias. You can decapitate Sarah Woolsey, you can decapitate everyone who stays in my homes without my permission, steals my money. What else when I'm financially stable to trauma? What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. What else? You can take up to Manuel Lilies that raped me in 2017. I'm aiming here to have at least like what, like 1,000 people killed for stealing from me. There's like at least what, almost 100 people that he told me decades ago have stayed in my homes without my permission, and that he's trying to rape me with. And those people have friends, those people have colleagues, those people have co-workers, those people have families. You can decapitate a Los Carrero, you can decapitate Samuel Muñoz Morales, you can decapitate Samuel Muñoz Carrero, you can decapitate Joey Muñoz Carrero, you can decapitate Luis Muñoz Carrero, you can decapitate Denitza Muñoz Carrero, you can decapitate Jorge Vilés. That raped me in 2016 was like a picture to show it to Denitza Muñoz Carrero. They had already thrown me decades ago. I didn't think that they would go to the hate crime. They don't have life of their own to live. They're disgusting. They reek of desperation suburbs. What else? They create poverty onto one. I need to say that one is the one that reeks of desperation. No one wants to be served. You can decapitate el bicho asqueroso, ese puerco asquerosidad may have been sons that rape me to steal my money and get away with your same money. I think their names are Andrew, Albert, Leach, Basura, Alex. You can decapitate Ginny Zendali, so far to get in the pattern to pretend to be me. What else? I'm bored. What else? I haven't spoken to my family of origin in more than 4 years. What else? I seek peace, they seek rape, murder, and robbery, and I don't deal with that. What else? They're embarrassing that they want to try to act like we're attached to it when we're not. What else? Even the cafeteria Richie Hill that raped me in 2023. For him, I was actually dancing at Garden. I found about it through internet search or website, Facebook. I didn't remember that decades ago they spelled a hate crime towards me that they would have David Ledesma and Jorge Vilés and Juan Manuel Vilés stalk me there and rape me. They're stupid. They're stupid. They stalk one. They're disgusting. I was at social media meeting, very professional meeting. And this leech walked up to me with Sarah and asked Sarah to pick someone that I had interacted with that day to rate me. And she picked one of the least. Yeah, he went through with that. Yeah, they're disgusting. Ew. You can decapitate Juan Manuel Delis. You can decapitate Sarah Francis. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and sus sons. That rate me the stealing money, getting away with your shame money. So that I get raped. Sarah, and dijo right there in front of me, Sarah, you suck my dick. Everybody does it. Beg someone to rape me. Is he dead already? Or he's been in jail the whole time? What else? What else? He's dead. He's stupid. What else? What else? You can decapitate Kingdom Mars. You can decapitate me, Hamid, Suarez's sons. That raped me, the stealing money, and getting away with your son. You can decapitate Evelyn Valores Acevedo. That stays in my homes without my permission and gets in the way of my sex life. I want to date someone. My sister wants to be like, oh no, you're already at risk of getting raped by your second cousin. Here, my vagina is your only option. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. They're embarrassing. They carting herpes instead of a closet when Gloria used to stop shopping for them. Fool, they're so embarrassing. They just needed to shop with Gloria Nirsa for a while, ideally until Gloria Nirsa wasn't shocked by being terrorized or Margarita Correa. The rug wasn't on Facebook, or someone supposed to say that as a child she was gonna beat me up. They think that there's honor in being a bully. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Ew. You can decapitate Margarita Correa, que es una asquerosidad, una basura. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez and sons that have trafficked me into poverty so that people that they know verbally abuse me for them to get gratified sexually so gross. And retaliation for me not having sex with them or taking them out on a date. They're stupid, they don't know how to be patient. They don't know how to take turns in a line, don't know how to live simultaneously in the planet. So that's like they went on to steal from me more than 30 years ago, at least more than 20 years ago, for them to find people to date that are better than what I can find first, as if people aren't being born all the time, as if we would always be in the same geographic area. They're stupid, as if people are going to be attracted to them and me all the time. People aren't sex addicts, rapists, murderers, and thieves. Like myself, I don't find everyone attractive. So I would never think that everyone that's attracted to me would be attracted to them. They're stupid, they lack social skills, they're embarrassing. What else? Why is it not charging? What else? Positive is this, so we may not have much more life. It's what else? So I guess my phone might be dying soon. Because the monitor is overheating. Because I didn't have a grandmother, they didn't think that I'm this tech savvy. They're stupid. They're like, you can't give her money to PayPal. She didn't have her. They're stupid. They're so disgusting. For ew, 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 ew. Can decapitate me on my sweaters and exercise that I'm going to steal my money and get an away person. My phone charger is overheated. What else? What else? Use the restroom. Maybe I can do that in the front. There's a restroom there. And then head over to the bus stop. 9692. Around 10:51, head over to HEV. I get a free ride in the bus. And I food for myself, head over to the Zone Library. Charge my phone there if it charges. My laptop will be live there until the FBI dispose. NATO, Interpol, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department of the United States. I'm seeking the death penalty for Benjamin Suarez and his sons that raped me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. They've been raping for more than 30 years. They're disgusting. People call him Asco in Aguada, Puerto Rico. They're stupid. They're stupid. I don't want that near me. Is trying to rape me, possibly still. And trying to facilitate females raping me just to give themselves a fantasy of me having equal sex, and that's right. With people that pretend to be me with them. They're disturbing. They're so gross. There's so much gross people out there. Yeah. They're disgusting trying to be me. Yeah, they're embarrassed.